waves of the mind still, bringing the mental activity to a standstill, making your mind empty. Sans any thoughts, sans any waves, sans any particles. It is simply emptying the mind. We have been hearing about the great master Patanjali, who gave the definition for meditation as yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga is meditation. Meditation means stilling the waves of the mind. Chitta is the mind. Vritti is the waves. Nirodha is stopping. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. The definition has been given thousands of years back, and it stands vindicated all these years. My own life is a standing testimony for that statement. As you cultivate your body and make your body strong, you can cultivate your mind and make your mind strong. Meditation is the art and science of cultivating your mind, weeding out unnecessary thoughts which are there in the mind, and making your mind a fertile land for growing beautiful crops. Normally, a mind is unruly, distracted. Normally, the mind entertains many things which are not at all wanted by the persons. That is the nature of the mind. It is interested in every idiotic thing around yourself. Without meditation, the mind accumulates a lot of unnecessary data which is neither materially useful nor spiritually useful. The mind keeps on accumulating trivia. The mind is interested in the trivia. So over the course of a lifetime, the mind accumulates a lot of dirt and dust, unwanted stuff. Now, to have a healthy mind, we need to eject all this dirt and dust from this dirty mind. That ejection happens through a practice of meditation.
Good morning, good afternoon, and a wonderful evening, dear friends and masters. Very warm welcome to our second day of renewal journey here. And as we are settling in, let's make some intentions of what would we like this 40 days of renewal cycle. As we just heard, our key inspiration, Patriji, that art of cultivating our mind. So true it is, art of meditation is dropping everything that we are not. With that, when we've set our intentions, what is it that you want to cultivate? What is it that we want to release? So let us know together. Let's continue this journey of growth and renewal. Over to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Great afternoon, wonderful evening. The mind has been the master of our life, and meditation makes us to be the master of the mind. According to quantum physics, we can derive, and then from several researches like placebo research, and from many popular leaders, when we observe and study the mind, it's always about what thoughts we carry. Our thoughts bring our realities. Our thoughts and feelings bring realities into our life, our outer experience into our life. It doesn't matter what that is. It can be anything from your health to a person talking to you in front, to a growth that you're looking, whatever that may be, or to seeking, that peace and calmness within you. What you seek is seeking you. And so then our thoughts have some very, very important role to play, are all things to play. Everything that happens through is our thought and feeling. We're going to, of course, dwell deep into these concepts as we go along. But then if thoughts have something to do with our life, then what do we have? And then how much are we cultivating the mind? And meditation is to fundamentally helping us to master the mind. It helps us to be required to transcend the body and mind, and so that we connect with that intelligence. And so then create a miraculous life. That meditation helps us to master the mind, to create an expansive, constructive experience into life. That's why in Bhagavad Gita, Uddared Atmanatmanam Atmanam Avasadayet, you have to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself by you. Only you can take care of you. When I came into meditation, dear friends, and I was reading the statement, be a light unto yourself. Apo Dipo Bhava. That's from Gautama Buddha. Be a light unto yourself. And I did not fully understand, but as I experimented with the thought process, as I experimented by regulating and cultivating greater thought into our mind, life changed, life shifted. Everything that I was thinking about started happening effortlessly, not realizing that everything has to be by forcing, by working really hard and doing the same thing over and over and over, pushing people, pushing this, that things can come. Instead, things happen effortlessly when the mind is cultivated greatly. And so this process of meditation that we are doing is precisely that, is cultivating our mind, moving us from a disastrous thinking to a more miraculous thinking. And we're going to experiment that. This process yesterday, those of you who did miss the process, is called breath meditation. Most simplest process. It's most natural process. Natural because our breath is there with us all the time. The invisible force which carries the prana, which carries the consciousness, is there with us to power this body. And so this breath, then if you just simply observe that invisible force that is there with us all the time, yet we don't even realize, and the breath that is going somewhere inside, now where does it go? It goes all the way to the systems which are connected to the field. And so when you are with the breath, simply by latching onto the breath, it's like latching onto a powerful leader who knows where they're going to grow their business. And then, so then you also grow. And so latching onto this breath that is there, carrying consciousness as a prana, then we also must naturally go to hold on to that force within us. And so the process that we talked about, breath meditation, is to empty the mind, is to rest the mind, and also rest the body. We rest the body completely when the mind is rested. It means there are no thoughts in the mind. Emptying the mind, or resting the mind by lessening the thoughts of the mind. We don't regulate anything. When you regulate, that means you're putting your attention, then it grows. That's the principle. Where you place your attention, there you will place your energy. So then we don't regulate anything. Instead, we use a technique to move away from thought. And so that's called breath observation. So closing your eyes, we observe the breath. When you observe the breath, then automatically thoughts come down and the mind becomes empty. And so let's get into the practice once again. We understood what meditation is for yesterday. But to recap, meditation helps us to develop a physical quotient, vitality in the body, health in the body, energy in the body significantly increases. It increases mental abilities and then mental well-being, IQ, intelligence quotient. Then meditation increases emotional quotient, more connection to people, more proper expression of emotion, more intelligence in the way we carry ourselves, the way we can inspire, motivate people around us. And so we can do larger things in our life. Meditation is developing manifestation quotient, something that we're going to learn. Our ability to draw experience into our life. All our dreams, goals, or whatever vision that we carry, and if you're given a thought, you have the capability to live it, comes from many, many masters, Richard Bach. And so that means we have vision is not for nothing. It is there because we have the capability to live it. Meditation fundamentally helps us to realize our visions, dreams, goals, manifestation quotient. Meditation develops significantly spiritual scientific mindset, spiritual quotient. So the spiritual quotient is saying that we are very, very connected to each other. It is saying that you and I and everybody has infinite potential. It is saying that greater, whatever life that you can dream of is possible for each of us. And so then the connection, that unlimitedness, both of us we understand as meditation develops the spiritual quotient. Then of course meditation with all its fragrance develops significantly the service quotient. We start looking and saying in every interaction, in every development of an experience, how can I add value to somebody, as opposed to looking and saying, what is in it for me? That shift will happen. And so let's go into the practice once again. We are doing this breath meditation, and the posture is to simply, put up the slide here. The posture is to sitting very relaxed and observing our natural, normal in-breath and the out-breath. Sitting very relaxed means, as you see in the picture, with your fingers into fingers, hands in your lap, closing your eyes, crossing your feet at ankle, and then in a relaxed posture. That means if you want to take back support of your chair or a sofa, or if you're sitting on the floor, then take to the wall and then sit there against the wall, no problem. And if spine is not necessarily to be erect, and so then be in a very, very comfortable posture. It's about training the mind, it's about emptying the mind of thought, it's about withdrawing sensory perception, and everything starts happening. The field is infinitely there everywhere. And so then we start connecting to this energy, the quantum field of energy, automatically when we start resting and slowly, slowly emptying the mind. And so then the process to empty the mind is to closing our eyes with an intention that I am withdrawing the sensory perception by closing our eyes, and then 2, observing the breath by resting our attention anywhere on the nose, preferably at the middle of the eyebrows. So your attention, just resting your attention with our eyes closed on the nose, and then notice your normal breath, the in-breath and the out-breath. There is air going in through one nostril, it's coming out maybe through the same, maybe through a different one, doesn't really matter. But you simply rest your attention anywhere on the nose and then recognize and notice just that observation, subtle observation. Okay, it is going in, okay, I see it's coming out. It's going in, it's coming out. On average, we are breathing 15 times a minute. So you would have an opportunity to observe it. And as you observe, the beauty is that when you observe the breath, body slowly, slowly starts going coherent. Mind is start resting. Thoughts start coming down. And mind is becoming emptier, emptier, and emptier. It's bound to happen. But those who are having incessant thoughts, it's all possible that there may be a stream of thought running. So when you observe the breath, thoughts are still streaming off there. So continue to stay on the breath. This is the training. Keeping our eyes closed is the training. And then being able to observe the breath, and the distraction will happen. You're on the breath, suddenly you're distracted again. Bring your attention back to the breath when thoughts are there. So as you observe, at some point there will be a respite, and then slowly, without even knowing the thoughts would have come down. Mind would have been empty, or at least in a lessened thought state. Good enough. You'll know it. You'll feel the calmness. And so you feel the calmness inside you. There may be some kind of a sensation. Yesterday, many people have commented that I felt heaviness, lightness, movement, all of it. It's all possible. And so then you are with that emptier states, whatever they are. Witness whatever is happening to you in your body involuntarily that are there that are happening to you. You're sitting down comfortably, your body just moved like this. Doesn't mean that you didn't do anything, it moved. Okay, observe it. You felt pretty light and then maybe your body is lifting up. Okay, observe it. You're not creating imaginatively to lift up. And so whatever happens involuntarily, notice all of it. But in case you know there is a real thought, the real fidgeting of the body that's happening because the posture is not right, this is not right, then you know it. And then just bring your attention back to the breath. Be very comfortable in the body again, adjust very well, and then again go back to the process. Observe the breath again is going to this emptier states. Right, friends? So this is called breath meditation. This is where we're spending our time. Let's go into this practice once again. Relax yourself. Sit comfortably. I talked about we utilize music. Music meditation significantly helps us to go deep into deeper states, particularly in the beginning stages of meditation practices. And so we utilize music, a light instrumental music in the background. And so as you meditate, the music will play. Your job is to observe the breath. And slowly, as you go into quieter states, notice and witness what is happening to you then. But if thoughts come back to the breath. All right, friends, music is in the background. Relax yourself with your eyes closed. With your glasses removed, specs removed, fingers into fingers, clasping your fingers, and rest your hands comfortably in your lap. With your attention on your nose, observe that in-breath and the out-breath. We're going into powerful group meditation, dear friends. A group meditation helps us to go quieter, sooner, helps us to go deeper. Observe your breath, that normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. No special inhalation or exhalation of the breath. Witness your natural breath, dear friends, the way it is. We are in this Sukha Maya Pranayama, the natural state the way it is. When you observe your breath, your mind slowly becomes empty. Merge into the breath and allow yourself to experience that calmness, emptiness. The mind is becoming empty. Allow yourself to experience That emptiness inside of you, all around you. If you notice thought, go back to observing your breath. When the mind becomes empty, your body goes into coherence and begins to function at its natural best. Become aware of the emptiness, of that blackness. inside of you, all around you, as you merge into your breath. That's energy. All emptiness is energy. The quantum field of infinite possibilities. We are less matter, more emptiness and energy. As you empty your mind of thought, you transcend matter. You experience that greater emptiness, that energy, merge into it. the longer you stay aware of this emptiness, the field of energy, the more possibilities you draw into your life. The longer you are with this field of creation, the more expansive you become, the more insightful you become. If you find yourself in thought, go back to observing your breath and allow yourself to slowly find that emptiness. Everything is energy. All experiences are here in this field of energy. That past, present, and future. The more you stay connected to this field, the more access you have to these experiences. Merge into this emptiness. Allow yourself allow yourself to merge into the endless depth of that emptiness. This is your divine self. Recollect your experiences from the session. And whenever you're ready, with your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, you may slowly open your eyes. Okay, friends, hope you enjoy the session. Pattern ourselves. Second day, another 35 minutes of meditation we did again. How many people felt that the meditation is very, very quick? It just went by like that. Please write in the chat. Yes, I can see you, Sonalji. We transcend time. You know, I was there just a few days ago in a solitude retreat. I went and sat at 3 o'clock and woke up at 11, not sleeping, meditating 8 hours. Didn't know how the time went by. It is bound to happen. And of course, while that is there, the exact opposite is also there. That people felt it is like their most longest hour time, that 30 minutes they have spent. It's possible, right? Both extremes are there. In a life, everything is there. Both ends will always be there. A stitch in time saves 9, and then slow and steady wins the race. Both are there. We just need to figure out when to be slow, when to be immediately quick there. So is the case with meditation experience. So they are there in the entire spectrum. Some may say, sir, I just cannot even sit. My eyes closed, something happens. Everything is coming down, the whole world coming down. So I got to open my eyes. It's so difficult. Someone saying, I just want to go. How many, by the way, wanted to feel like they want to just go for longer and longer? They didn't want to end the meditation. They just want to be there. If you felt, write it in the chat. It's very possible. It's very normal. They just want to be there in it. So let's look at a few. Yes, you wanted to go on, Jyotish and all of you. Wonderful. And let's look at a few, what happens in meditation as experiences. And before that, actually, I'd like us to do a poll quickly. Can you do the poll, Kiran, just to understand? And a lot of us are here, a few hundreds of us are here, just to understand what is our meditation experience from the past, meaning and how much of practice you had. Can you run it, please, quickly? And so it's a poll that's going to come up onto your screen, and it'll have 4 or 5 questions. So please, and those of you on YouTube, you will not be able to do it. It's fine. And those joined on the Zoom, so just do this. Have you attended one or more of Buddha Sayo programs? The 40-day or 21-day longer duration programs? Yes or no? So something must have popped up on your screen. Okay, there you go. So seems to work. Second question, how long have you been meditating regularly? When I say yoga, hatha yoga, pranayama, prayer, contemplation are not meditation. We're specifically talking about a practice that takes you into empty states of the mind directly. The third thing, what has been your biggest challenge in your meditation? And fourth, what's your dominant activity of work? The response is quite, we need more. Either people are really deeply involved in meditation, they want to answer, but quite slow participation. Ah, there you go. Something happened. Something jumped quickly. Okay, that's great. Few more seconds. Not moving. Okay. So we will end the poll at this time. We got reasonable participation. So share results. So must be there for you also to see. Wonderful. So we've got about 40% new meditators, 60% who are practicing for, well, I say 50% new meditators, less than 3 months into practice, and then half are nearly more than 6 months into practice. That's wonderful. Which means then, especially I see here 35% of senior meditators more than 1 year practicing. which is good. When you have a right mix of meditators, the meditations tend to go deeper. It's a great opportunity to come together to meditate in group than to just take a recording. Our Buddha Seva provides recordings, but the recording should be utilized only as a very, 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 very last resort. If you take the opportunity to come here and then meditate with hundreds of people, your intensity of meditation will surely be very, very different and pretty high. The second thing, and and of course, the second thing here, the key thing is the biggest challenges are there. We'll talk about this lack of regularity, consistency, more distractions, one third, and then other things are one third. We'll come to them during this program. And as always, we do have about 70-75% between employees, volunteers, employees and entrepreneurs, businessmen, and then we have good 10-15% homemakers and senior citizens, another 10-12%, here 12% I see, then a few youngsters. We do have an youngster specific program separately, and so they tend to go there, a similar program for 3 weeks. All right. So friends, that's wonderful to know. So we have a good mix of new and old of meditators, which is beautiful. So let me just put this slide and then talk through a set of experiences. So you have been experiencing different, and as I talk about these experiences, you can write in the chat whatever you're feeling today and yesterday. So yesterday might have been different, today might have been different. There's no predictability. There's no linearity for meditation experiences. So I talked in the beginning, there are the 5 circles. Stress to joy, fixed mind to growth mind, blame to ownership. We stop blaming and going to more ownership so that we feel empowered. We don't feel helpless anymore as you come into meditation practice. And then thinking this is not there, that's not there, and instead of thinking about the eternal lack and scarcity consciousness, we move in abundance consciousness when you come to meditation and you do this program where it is coupled with a lot of wisdom. And then most importantly, a random life that is just going on, to a more purpose-driven life. We feel that satisfaction, that deeper satisfaction every day you wake up from the bed, how meaningful my life is, and this is bound to come when you take on to the meditation, dear friends. And so then the experiences to talk about here, they are into 5 areas, right? Not having experiences, more physical in nature, physical body, more energy body, mind and intellect, bliss and emotional. So the first one and the top of the thing is no experiences. And so if you didn't have any experience and you just sat and then you are completing the meditation, it was like, you don't know where it was. It was calm, it was empty, nothing was there. It was blank. It was like a sky, it is sea, but it's just all that is there is just that, nothing else, no experience, or it's full of thought. Absolutely fine. This is the top. That's the first thing. I want us to recognize that experiences may be there, may not be there. But we're talking about this slide here is because some people have it. And then it keeps us bothering and say, why do I get this? And so we want to make sure we recognize that experiences can come and they come, but then also go. And we are simply a witness to that experience at a minimum. And then sometimes experiences can give us clues of what's happening. Give us clues in terms of what should I do in my next moment of my life. It helps you to make a better decision. They're like an insight. That's what happens when you read and contemplate. When you speak to somebody, they give you an insight. Meditation experience are also like that. Sometimes they're useful. They're giving you insight. And experience sometimes are also helping you to stay in the practice. Sometimes they're helping you to gain knowledge by having that thing that deciphered beautifully. Sometimes they're about innovation, creation. There are many ways they are there that can be useful, but many times they're not even not useful to you, and it's okay to ignore them. So the physical experiences here. How many people felt physical movement common? Your body left going to the left, right, forward, backward, all of it. Pains. Suddenly in meditation you had pain. You're feeling throbbing pain in your leg calf area. I don't know, maybe back. Or maybe suddenly the headache is coming. And so it's possible that you have pains. sometimes very intense. Sleepiness, feel very sleepy, drowsy. You're certain you slept, right? Many times we swear and say, yeah, of course I slept. But it's possible that you're into the sleepy state. Tightness in your fingers and body organs. How many of you felt your fingers that you're holding together were not just coming out, they're too tight? Or you felt these fingers have become like iron rods, they become so strong, powerful, very hard, right? The tightness in fingers and body organs is possible. Or in some part of the body has become very stiff. Your body is raising up physically. It is like this below, you entered a very comfortable posture, then you start raising up, raising up, raising up, right? This all energy movement. You can definitely relate to some of it into this concept of this whole chakra energies. The energies that are there in our latently inside our body, they're all there for specific experiences. They start getting active when you do this meditation in the most natural way. Those of you understand the concept of chakras and kundalini, is this meditation practice that happens most naturally. That activation of these energy centers happens most naturally as we gain wisdom, as we increase our understanding, coupled with this meditation, which is sort of activating all of them very naturally. Before you even knew it, it'll be active. So that means life is beautiful. The third thing, energy experiences. This is where some of you have commented, okay, you felt light. All of this are not necessarily there for the whole duration. They come and go. Lightness. Your body felt very, very light. Heaviness. Suddenly you're feeling very heavy in your body, or your head is heavy. The whole head area. Typically, a lot of people say, oh, this is too heavy. My shoulders are heavy. It's possible. Your body is not rotating. It's not the movement, but it's somewhere you feel something is inside rotating. How many people felt that? I would like to know. There is something rotating inside, ding dong, and it is just doing. There is a rhythmic rotation happening inside your body. Did anybody feel that? Floating. You are physically there, but you had this sense of floating. You're just actually floating in the air like a feather, right? Or your body is lifting up. You physically, of course, you're not lifting up, but then you have this sense that no, it's just coming up. It's like levitation, right? Then, of course, the non-existence of body organs. You didn't feel your fingers. You didn't feel your entire body. Your head is there, but the rest of the body is not there. You didn't feel anything. Legs are not there. Maybe some part, maybe all of it. Did anybody feel that? Then, when you go into the mind and intellect, now this is where these are more like dream states, more like dreams. What do you have in dreams? You have visions, right? Dreams are visions. And you're going somewhere, meeting somebody, or you're seeing mountains, you're going to beautiful nature, or you're seeing some gods, goddesses, people. All that happen in dreams, all that can happen in meditation. It's called astral travel. We are going into our energy bodies. In spiritual science, we have 7 bodies. And in Indian Vedic system, you've got Panchakoshas. From scriptures, you'll understand Panchakoshas, Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha. All these experiences are related to those aspects. But then we're talking simply from a matter and energy perspective. There is matter and energy. Mind is thought is energy. Intellect is analysis, thought is energy. Bliss is emotion, is our energy. So we just talk from matter and energy. That's what quantum physics is telling us. There is matter, there is energy. And so we do experience some physical matter experiences, and then we have a lot of energy experiences. Why? Because in meditation, we are transcending our body and mind. We are moving beyond the matter. And so then we sadly are in this field of emptiness, which is called quantum field of energy. All that exists is that. That means all our experiences, you and me and everything, or everything that I ever see, touch, feel, is all coming from that energy field. And so then we are experiencing that energy, we're into that energy. It's also called Brahman, Atman, consciousness. And we are experiencing that. And this is so why you go into this blissful and emotional states of experiences where how many people had these tears of joy? You had some kind of tears running down. For the first time, you feel intense peace. When I came into meditation, I didn't have many of these except this first 1 and 2. I was, of course, having them. But there was one meditation after a couple of years later. It was, I was literally there, that calmness, that peace, it's like as calm as an ocean after a big cyclone has left. It was that state I was into. And people were telling me, hey, meditation is over. I said, do not disturb me. I want to enjoy this state. And so when you are finishing your meditation, if you feel any of these states and you're loving it and enjoying it, be in it. Do not bother to come out, be in it. That's why we say when you're into this meditation practice, you keep some time as a buffer. Don't try to, you come in at 6 and you go 6:42, I got to just run. And when you're coming like that, dear friends, and your mind is constantly worried about the time, you cannot go in, you're already out, constantly out. Right? We want to go in with this meditation practice. So now all these experiences are common. Vision, sound, smells, and many things are common. When they are there, what do you do with them? You observe them. You experience them. Witness it. Do not interpret it. Sometimes they're scary. For example, your heart is beating fast. You may be noticing it. Your heart is beating the same rate. It is just that your first time ever noticing because your mind has become very quieter. Your body is sweating. Or no, there is intense amount of coldness that you are noticing. They're all possible. They don't get scared. Sometimes you're seeing yourself falling off an abyss. Yesterday, one of her masters was telling me that she's going through this experience where she's going in a high-speed tunnel. You're very super high speed, as if you're going to break off. That's a beautiful experience. You're going from one dimension to another dimension, one loka to another loka. That's what that experience means symbolically, that you're traveling quickly to move from one to the another place, a different frequency world, right? So there are many, many things that happen in meditation, dear friends. The first thing we do is to witness it. We don't interpret it there. You don't stop your meditation because you see this experience. You go through them. And in a due course, they will dissolve, they'll transform into something else, something else, something else. They come and go. If you have today, doesn't mean that you have to have tomorrow. It may not happen at all. And so they come and go. Do we eye for it? No, not at all. It happens, witness them. Then when you come out of meditation, then you look at them and see if there is something is very important, write it down. The wisdom note today we send will have explanations about what to do with it, dear friends. And so let me stop here. And this is a brief about meditation experiences. And do read the wisdom notes to cement your understanding a little more strongly, because what you recollect and then rewind once is sticking in our brain a lot more strongly. What you cells that fire together, wire together is a neuroscience principle. So we always encourage to go back and rewind and read once and talk to somebody, then you're remembering this a lot more. Right, friends? So thank you very much. Let me ask Sonal Doshiji, our wonderful master, to share her experience of night transformation. Yes, Sonalji.
Thank you, sir. It's lovely to know that we have more than 40% audience that's new. So keeping them in mind, I'll try to be very brief. As you know, you'll realize that when you re-listen, every word that sir is sharing, it's almost like a nectar. That's how my journey started pretty much in January of 2023. That's when I joined first Buddha CEO program. So it's almost more than 3 years. I've known about them and, been with them just so beautifully this past 3 years, and my life completely changed inside out. I can say that, in all humbleness and in such deep gratitude for this sessions, these meditations, and friends, I cannot, it's not just doing and understanding meditation, but it's also, as Sir said, staying connected in that quantum field, in that higher consciousness, significantly meeting all the masters, understanding, power of reading. I never was an avid reader before. I got exposed to these books. I was at that point in my life where emotionally was completely broken and I'd hit the rock bottom. And that's when I felt the Army of Buddha CEO came and just lifted me. I feel like reborn. After 3 years, I can say I'm completely reborn from where I started, as I was living a victim mentality. Why me? I know I did everything right. I was angry. I was resenting. I had complaints. I was completely into judgments, never understood, just blames and claims. And slowly and steadily, doing daily meditation practice is the key. My first goal for the first program was just to show up. And of course, I re-listened. I completely was motivated to really change my life. I was looking for something that would give me that happiness, that happy-go-lucky self that I was growing up. I work as an acute care nurse practitioner here in St. Louis, Missouri. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Sonal Doshi, and have been in medical field for past 20 years. I work with critically ill patient in pain management, and was pouring so much over the years. I learned that everything that one is experiencing is, psychosomatic diseases, unresolved emotions, the toxins that we, of course, in addition to the lifestyle and the toxins that we do. So I knew somewhere along that I came to a point where I was stressed. I was just, keeping the show on outside, and was completely, in conflict inside. Let's put it that way. And through this continuous meditation, the very first and foremost, I healed myself. I completely understood, that all this is my own creation. The belief system that I have, that is what I'm creating. The judgments, the complaints. I understood the power of thinking and feeling. I'm completely in a different thinking and feeling loop. I had learned about these mindfulness and positive affirmation, but those were just words and just external self. I had not hit the internal self at all until I understood the wisdom that Sir gives us. I did Patanjali Sutras before. I had done mindfulness meditation, different meditation techniques, and of course, all of them helped. But doing it regularly and be surrounded by masters' constant guidance, keeping you in that consciousness, pushing you out of your comfort zone was together. It was more like a domino effect of everything together, and that's what I realized, that I healed myself mentally, emotionally. As a physical health, you can tell I can go on and on, but keeping the time in mind, I will just say physically, I was so low in iron counts at the time that I was going through my crisis. I needed iron infusions. They couldn't find any silent bleeding. I went through colonoscopy, endoscopy. They couldn't find, and I myself didn't know. I did not come to thinking that I'm going to heal myself with meditation. But during that time, I had joined the program. I did 40 days. I did advanced meditation retreat. And here it is. It's been 3 years that I don't take any medicine. My iron counts improved. And that's when I realized that when your emotionally heart was broken, everything that we don't realize, there's so many subtle differences that happen at the cellular level. And you only understand that when you understand the power of meditation in a scientific spiritual mindset. Everything that I was complaining, I started realizing that, that I'm so grateful for those hurdles and blocks and crises, because it came to teach me to see what I can do more. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here today. So now those then, okay, we know that, but how do you let go of all this past and those resentments and those memories? And that's when, Sir's continuous guidance, the daily practice of meditation truly helped me to let go of the past, be in the present moment. Everything that we learn about mindfulness, it gave me the way to practice it every moment. So now I can truly realize that what you think and what you feel is what you express. So if I want something to change outside, I need to change not only my thoughts, but the way I feel and the way that's when the power of gratitude, power of letting go, everything that we want in our life, right? The success, the peace, the happiness that we already are. So this program, over and over, I cannot stress enough that I'm here and I feel I know nothing. I know less than a drop in an ocean, and I have so much more to explore. So coming back to the physical health, I don't take any thyroid medication. I was on it since 2005. And by no means we're saying you stop medication. It is more of expressing that I learned I could go to the root of it, what was really causing it, what could I do about it? And I actively experimented myself. And it's exact 1 year that I gave up the medicines, and I'm ever feeling better than ever before. I have no symptoms of it. At the end of the day, you have those body pains and aches. When I come after 12 hours of shift, here I am doing, and I could go on for a whole night. All those belief system that I need 8 hours of sleep and I need this much protein and I need all of this, all of those dropped. Everything that, the world that rubs on you, right? Your surroundings rub on you. So, I mean, it's immense. I could go on, but mainly, my depression lifted. I got my zest of life back. I'm happy if ever. I'm looking forward to so much in life. Every morning, I wake up with this zest, and everything that I had we don't realize it, but we are the one who's I wasn't even aware of the negative thoughts. Everything was like, no, I have done enough. I am done. That was used to be where I was. And now I have learned the biggest lesson of my life from Sir is why not? Yes, definitely, sure. And I mean that, it comes from the heart. A lot of the times in the boardrooms, we say what we're supposed to say, right? But all of those facades, all of those things dropped. I'm able to put my thoughts, words, and actions together in alignment. If there's something that's not aligning, then I know that I need to sit and meditate and see why am I feeling what I'm feeling. So basically, it became really self-aware, self-responsible. I truly believe now that my thoughts and my feelings create the reality. In the initial program, it was more of just the English words, and as the journey has continued, as we know, it's a continuous evolution, right? Ever grateful, sir. Thank you so much, and I'll let somebody else also shine the light a little bit. But I could also, friends, I'm honored, can stress being volunteer is one of the most privileged. And I thank Sir to push me to do things that I never thought I could do. And that opportunity, friends, Badasio gives you by being a volunteer. Through that, I think my journey has expanded even thousandfolds. I am honored to be your facilitator for Renew 8 and 14. I may take time to, because of the time difference, in case if you're on the other side of the world, but feel free to call, leave a message, and whatever I can do to make your journey as miraculous as it has become mine. And I'm so grateful to you, sir, and Vani ma'am, and to Quantum, but the CEO Quantum Foundation to let me be where I am today. Thank you so much.
Okay. Wonderful. Many, many messages that we cannot summarize, because that's what happens with meditation. Life transforms. You heal physically, mentally, emotionally. You no longer question, say, why me to why not me? It has to happen. When the switch happens, why me to why not me, everything is done. You're liberated. Liberated is not a big word. It's a big word. There's moksha and all of it. Having that question, why me to why not me, we are liberated. Done. Nothing can ever touch us. And every moment it starts becoming beautiful, because you become inquisitive about why not me? Why not me to go through whatever that is I'm going through, right? And so, dear friends, wonderful. So thank you, Sonalji, for being there. And we are, of course, past the time. So thank you very much for joining. the facilitators that we have are all like Sonalji, they are very, very senior masters. Sometimes senior doesn't come from a number of years of practice. It comes from how sincere you are and how much you're evolved in your practice and how much joyful you are. And so many of our masters are here who are supporting you. And we will listen to their experiences, get them introduced tomorrow and day after. And Swapnaji, you can join tomorrow, right?
Sure. I
Okay.
can generally.
Yeah, okay. So we'll do that tomorrow. So thank you very much and have a wonderful day or night, whatever evening. And then we'll see you tomorrow again at 6 a.m. India time. So thank you. And as yesterday, we'll stay back for a little while to take any questions from you.
Yes, sir. So the first question we have is one doubt, what is difference between meditation and Kriya Yoga?
Different practices. Okay. The different practices. When you explore this meditation fully, you would know it. If you know what Kriya Yoga is, if not, don't bother about it.
The next one is I feel burden on my heart because of this. I can't focus.
Yeah. They are natural. Emotions are, of course, there, which are holding us back, and that's part of the part of the process. You're burdened, and so then difficult to practice. But then we've got to go through it. We've got to be determined. The more you feel the burden, the more you feel the feeling, the more you create it, because your thoughts and feelings continue to create the reality. So that at some point we got to make a decision and say that I'm sitting through it, and it's going to help you a little bit. I understand how you're feeling. But it's going to help you a little bit when you sit down and say, make your first determination. I'm going to be sitting, come inside, yes, please come. I'm going to be sitting here today in the meditation, and I will close my eyes, and I'm not going to open my eyes, however burden heavy I feel. Just be that. That's your first training. Just be that with your meditation practice. Just sit down, and then make an attempt to observe the breath. That's all we're asking. Observe the breath. I know in the next moment you're not going to observe because you feel still heavy. It is okay. That means you are back into thought. Go back and attempt to observe the breath again. Go back to attempt to observe the breath again. And so, dear friends, when we continue that way, then you will notice that if not 1 week, in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, you will slowly find difference where you are start getting into the handle of the process. It'll give you all the relief required. It will give you the relief required. No doubt about it. All right. Next one. Please come into the frame.
I keep moving all the time during meditation. Is it common?
Very common. There are two reasons why you move. Either the body is not fully conditioned enough, just too difficult to sit down because you have, let's say, a certain condition. Then it is okay. If you can do some movement and this and that to get through it, like yoga or exercise or whatever, if there is something, it's okay. But otherwise, when you sit down for meditation, the body is restless, the mind is restless, and so they are going to do everything possible, all the tricks to pull you out. It's called Maya, the illusion. There both forces exist, truth and Maya. Both of them exist. You get some experience being truth on the truth side, some experience on the Maya side, illusionary side. It's okay. So what is that we're doing? We're trying to become more aware of what is truth and what's Maya, and then live our life. And so that's sort of the whole idea here, that we are in this meditation. When body is just making movements, mind is constantly giving all kinds of reasons to stop meditation or whatever, but we want to be the master of the body and mind. And by sitting with determination, you will cross over it. You will cross the river. It has happened. It's going to happen at some point. Yes.
The next one is she says, I have back pain, which will increase after sleep. When I'm doing meditation, also getting sleep and getting more pain after doing it. For that reason, I stopped doing meditation from last 1 year. Can I know how to handle it?
I think if I understood, you're getting sleep and you're getting back pain, both. Is that what it is?
Correct. And the pain is increasing after the meditation.
Yes. We have to sit through. We've done so many things in the past. The consequences have to be experienced. We got to sit through. If we come out of it, if there is a problem, we run away from the problem, it's going to come back again in a bigger way. Because we are here every moment to learn through it, to become stronger and better, experience. The consequence of the past have to be experienced. One of that is intense pain that come and then increase. But sit through, it will dissolve. You know it. If there is a problem between two people, hiding it, pushing it away is not going to solve the problem. It's going to increase the problem. And so is the case with what is there as sitting from the past of all our past deeds have the consequence of experiencing pain and suffering of many kinds will be there, but then we got to sit through it. Meditation is accelerator, pulling it out and then making us experience now. And so whatever that is coming through in meditations, you've got to sit through the pain, got to bear it. I know it's going to be difficult, so break your meditation when you say impossible to sit, but again sit through it. It will dissolve. The only way out is to sit through to dissolve. You read, increase your understanding, it'll lessen a bit. And we're going to introduce a set of books day 4 or day 5 this week. And so then you start reading them. As you increase your understanding, your ability to handle events of life, including pain that happens in the body, is going to be increased. And so then your meditations will go. But quitting meditation is not going to help. It is a natural process. It will transform, it will dissolve in a due course, and so you got to sit through it. That's the answer. Sleep, don't bother about it. It'll come, it'll go. If you're feeling sleepy, it's okay, no problem. Sleep. If you feel intense sleep that you have an urge to sleep, sleep. A lot of times we deprive ourselves of sleep. Our sleep is not there. We may be clocking 8 hours, but the real sleep is not there anyway. And so meditation intelligently is getting us to really, for the first time, go into those sleeps, better sleeps. If anybody out there who already started, you felt deeply beautiful is in their sleep in the last 2 days, yesterday or today, write that. It's possible that it can happen one sitting, it'll happen in a few sittings for sure. So those who are feeling sleepy or felt like sleeping or slept, it is absolutely fine. Do not regret, do not be harsh on yourself, do not judge that you are not meditating. Sleep is a part of meditation experience and needs to be enjoyed and nourished. It heals the body significantly. It's a good thing to happen. Next.
Thank you so much, sir. How do I heal my pain? If I'm deeply hurt, I always am full of tears while I try to meditate.
Same thing that we talked about heaviness, and so that I come out, get in. It's the same idea. It's the same idea. We've got to be sincere enough, recognize that my future is based on my current thinking and feeling. My present is based on my past thinking and feeling. And so my present, what I'm going through today, is based on my past. Now, when do you change and how do you change? You got to change your thinking and feeling. And I understand we are stuck in the past and which is what is causing us. But the only way it can happen is to change our thinking and feeling to new. That requires us to break the loop is meditation. The loop of thinking and feeling will be broken by this meditation. For that, you got to just be a little more sincere. You are there. You're already there. Today you're here. And so then stay here. Do not measure your success of this program or the depth of your meditation by how much time you are going to be in an empty state. Not at all. It starts with how since you are there in sitting here, make that commitment. No matter what, even if I'm not able to sit or close eyes, I'm sitting. I'm not able to go into emptiness or whatever. I'm sitting in this meditation for full 35 minutes, simply listening to that music. I listen to the instructions. But this time is dedicated for meditation. I'm here. Yes, you're feeling tears are coming continuously. Let them come. At some point, you say, they're going to stop. At some point, okay, now let me close my eyes Few seconds it'll happen. Tears come, okay, you have to open, do it, wipe off, close your eyes again. So do it in bite-sized. It is the same answer for those who have mental challenge, those who have some kind of a mental illnesses or disorders, where they cannot stop thinking at all. It is the same thing. You close your eyes, so intense amount of thought comes. It is breaks you. And I know how it is when you have some certain mental disorders. But the same solution. The solution is close, sit down, a minute, everything is breaking apart. If you have to open your eyes, walk around, come back, sit down again. Again, do for a couple of minutes. Come back, sit down again, do for a couple of minutes. In due course, week, 10 days, or suddenly at some point, you'll have a breakthrough. You'll have that aha moment where you didn't know you sat for suddenly 15 minutes. That's what's going to happen, right? Next.
I'm experiencing sudden panic attacks time and again. Hope with the meditation I can overcome it.
Absolutely. We have masters who definitely solve panic attacks is one of the common things that will dissolve, that will go away when you regularly meditate in this practice. And then you be here, meditation and also wisdom. The wisdom is very important. The knowledge is very, very important. I have to tell you this. Your meditation practice alone, especially for those who are intellectuals, if it takes 10 years to get there, with the knowledge and wisdom meditation combined, you are there 1 year or maybe 1 month to get there. Is that an accelerator? So please do pay attention to the topics that we are talking about, experiences people are sharing. Today, Sonalji said a whole bunch of things. Many, many messages are there. If you go back and listen to the words she said, many things she said. The before state and after state, that itself is sufficient to know how much we can get through meditation. Yes.
Any specific diet like natural uncooked food we need to follow to progress spiritual path?
Just follow what we are saying here, right? And so far not talked about changing the food. Don't have to. Only meat eaters, if you go into vegetarian diet, which is more auspicious, more sacred, more healthy, supports your meditations more deeply and greatly, and for all reasons, we become vegetarians, a plant-based diet. Other smaller nuances, a little bit here and there, next week in a topic we'll talk about, but becoming vegetarians is the greatest and most beautiful thing that can happen for yourself, for your people around, for all the animals, for the environment, and most importantly to this field of connection, right? And so that's one simple thing, that if we can make a change, then that's beautiful. You're welcoming something significantly new and beauty into your life. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Best sitting position in meditation. Some people lying down at floor. What's the right position?
We sit down and meditate. The posture we show in the picture is the right posture. Sit comfortably, and then comfortably. First is comfort, then is the posture, straightness, and this and that. Comfort is first. Assuming you're comfortable to clasp your fingers and then keep them, which is the case with most cases, be that way. Eyes have to be closed. No matter whichever state your eyes have to be closed. Our biggest sensory organ, 80% distractions happen through eye. And so we got to close our eyes. Our 80% input happens through eye. So eyes have to be closed. And comfortable posture, two things. Then crossing fingers, crossing feet, depending on your body comfort. And 99% people are able to sit, be there. Now you can't, because you have some serious backache, then you want to take back support, and then you want to have a lean, maybe slanting, do that. Try to avoid being in the flat sleeping position with head rested as much as possible. But because of the body condition, you can't sit at all in any position other than lying down, then you do it, no problem. With an intention that my body is cooperating with me to sit down and meditate. Have that intention before you start a meditation. Whenever you are in your wakeful time, you're thinking about meditation, you say, my body is cooperating to make me sit and meditate, and so I'm happy about it. Just have these beautiful affirmations every now and then called intentions. And do your meditation lying down. Very soon you will recognize that no, you'll be able to sit down and meditate. That means you're healed. Yes.
Can you please suggest books that can give better and in-depth understanding of an emotional regulation?
2 days. Day after tomorrow, we'll give you a list of books. We'll give you a list of books in the next wisdom note that will come. And but you start here. You start here by reading a book called Conversation with God by Neil Donald Walsh. It's one of the recommended books. All right. Conversation with God by Neil Donald Walsh. And read any Osho book for emotional regulations and all of that. Yes.
My problem is when sit for meditation, a lot of thoughts run through my brain. I don't know how to pause and stay focused.
Same answer. Keep trying. So we said when thoughts are there, come back to breath. Thoughts are there, come back to breath. Now what happens? Thought comes. For 10 minutes, we are in the thought, right? Sometimes. Because we're dreaming, we are blaming, Sonaji creates blame, shame, complaint, whatever word she uses, like in a phrase. All, all of that is there. So 10 minutes we are there, dreaming about or blaming about something, right? Then suddenly you realize and say, oh, what am I doing? Oh, my job at hand right now is to be in empty state or be with the breath. Okay, let me go to breath. Go to breath. When you recognize you are thinking, go to breath. That's the meaning of that word. Sometimes it's immediate, sometimes it is 10 minutes later, sometimes it is full 30 minutes later when the meditation is over. It's okay. It is okay. Rare case it happens, but generally not. See, it's about your intention. So jokes apart, when we have a sincere intention, when I say sincerity, sincerity in your thought, your determination, your intention, yes, I'm doing it. This is my chance with hundreds of people. I'm going to explore and say, what is Sonalji saying? Everything changed for me. What is that everything? That's what Patriji told me when I came in. He said, you don't know how to live life. I thought, BITS Pilani graduate, computer science in distinction, and then, already working in the best of the computer science problems we're solving. Multi-processor computer science servers that we're building. We are the only company in that time in the world, sequent computers. And I was working in the most chorist work. I thought I was doing the most sexy work, beautiful work. And I got the best work going and working in one of the countries that are dreamlands for many people, and then had the best education. I thought everything I knew. I had patents and the recognitions. Patriji said, you don't know how to live life. He broke everything. Explode. So be that determined and say, what are these guys saying that everything changes? Then you will know in a few days. That way, then your body will cooperate. When your intention is strong, body will cooperate. All right? Mind will cooperate. It'll happen in due course. Engineering degree takes 4 years. Whoever has asked madam or sir. And so let's be patient to at least go through 40 days, right? Yes.
This is from the YouTube live that, sir, I have negative thinking habit. How to solve?
Meditation.
That's right. This is my neck starts rotating and painful sometimes. Also, I get heavy, fast breathing for a few seconds, as if I'm releasing a lot of emotions. So just wanting to know, is that true?
Observe it. It's all good. Observe it as you're going through it.
And I think that's,
Thank you.
thank you.
Wonderful. So I do have here a master, Nehaji. It's an amazing work that she's done for foundation, but otherwise she's gone through her own experiences. And a lot of the videos and content that we see and watch, she has led this content work for a long time for the foundation as a volunteer. And now she is beautifully doing work in the same with Be Supermind. Yes, madam.
Good morning and a wonderful evening, everyone. What a great honor it is to sit next to Chandra sir here in the session. Always I'm here for any 40 day, and my journey started around 3.5 years back on complete no. I didn't want to do meditation, complete reluctance. So everyone in the family was insisting, especially my mother, my father, everyone. So it just happened, everyone in the family started meditating excluding me, and then they would talk all the good things that started happening, and initially I felt they were all like, what are they talking about, like, all those things. But then I felt I'm missing something, what you call that FOMO, they all are doing something which I am not doing. Okay, let me try. The three words that actually changed my life was let me try. And the first meditation program that I did was at that time, I just took it as a challenge of getting up early. And I didn't think, okay, I'll do meditation and all. Just, okay, this will give me an opportunity to get up early in the morning and sit there, be there. I just thought I'll complete this challenge, and I feel good when I complete a challenge, I do it. So when I completed it, after that, I was like, wow, I did it. And automatically things started unfolding. I used to listen on YouTube testimonials of people. My life changed. I attracted the dream job. My relationships became better. My health improved, everything. And I used to think it must have happened just like that, and they are thinking meditation helped it. But no, when I started doing it, actually so many, not just tangible benefits but intangible as well. I think I now initially used to manifest, but now I just think and things happen. Emotionally, I was so so much emotional upheavals, up and down, happening so frequently. It has come down now. I'm more emotionally regulated and more happier, more positive. And I think now I'm not into I, me, myself kind of mode. Initially, I was just thinking about myself. Like, you come to this world, you think about yourself, you want your job, you handle your family, your friends, and relatives around. That's it, not more than that. But now, through Sir, I learned oneness, how I see myself in others, even the person I may not be knowing. And thoughts, when everybody was talking about thoughts, I was doing Amrut, which is a 3-hour program, and I was only in thoughts, only in thoughts. And then I was thinking while meditating, because I was in thoughts, and I was thinking during meditating, oh my God, Neha, you're sitting here and you're only in thoughts. What are you doing? And then I felt, wow, I'm getting so many thoughts. And every time I'm trying to come back to my breath. So it's a great achievement. I'm still being there. So just being there helped me immensely, 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 and wisdom. Honestly, initially I used to feel I'll not listen to this. I'll just start when the meditation starts. Why to listen to all this? Meditation is the key. I think coach program further helped me here, which made me understand how important wisdom is. Now it has just happened. Initially, I didn't want to listen to wisdom at all. And now it's like, I don't want to miss a word. Like whenever Sir is there, I'm sitting and listening with rapt attention, so that I don't miss even a single word, because a single word can help me to learn something new and change my life. So honestly, if I start, it's difficult to stop, because I can go on and on and on. But one thing that I think helped me, again, I'm reiterating, is just being there. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Sir. I feel so grateful that, I came in touch with the foundation, with Sir, with so many masters here, and developed new friendship, new relations. And it feels like, although we meet once in a year, and virtually almost every time, and it feels so connected with everyone here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nehaji. You and Sushil doing an amazing work, teaching now, and Carver, make a meditation Carver. We're all going to Carver, by the way, in April. Join. We'll go there and then just relax. Okay. So wonderful. So great master. Entire family is that way. Entire families change. By the way, those of you still there, some of you still there, give it to your family immediately. I'm sure it is there in your mind already, that I need to introduce it to my son, my father, my mother, my uncle, everybody. Anybody going through any kind of challenge, this is the way. Anybody not going through a challenge, but this is a way for them to go to the next stage in life, right? So entire family. Her mom is a great meditator, sister. Amazing it is to have a family full of meditators who support us beautifully. Our friends and family first come into meditation, then you have a great environment for ourselves. So thank you, Nehaji, for everything that you and your entire family do in this process, right? So we'll conclude here, dear friends, and we'll see you tomorrow, okay? Our time is 6 to 7:15, and so that's why we look to conclude it by 7:15 formally, and have an informal chat. So do not feel pressured to stay back, number one, right? We don't ever miss anything in life. Nobody ever misses anything in life. All things will come to the right time. So feeling pressure to stay, no. If you plan time till 7:15, experience it, and then by that time, what is necessary within the session will be done, and then you can safely exit. But if you feel too good to be here, stay here. Thank you. Right, friends. Sonalji will close.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for such a wonderful and powerful session. Thank you, friends. We all will see you again tomorrow at the same time with some more fun. Thank you. Have a great rest of the day and a wonderful evening here in the West. Thank you. Good to see you, Neha. So lovely to hear you again. Thank you.